This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Everything has gone the way I did not want it to go today prior to scheduling. I was kind of like the nanny in the first movie we were talking about. Everyone had to get out of my way.
And the Rock's Cradle.
Yep.
I love that guy.
Yeah. It was so funny. I had so many actor and filmmaker specials planned, and Oreo walked right into the trap. He was just like, I'm like, well, I love this movie and that movie. I'm like, perfect. That's enough ammo for the wingman in the to talk about in this. So we are discussing for Rebecca De Mornay psycho thrillers. You know, we've been doing all kinds of stuff. We've done Bruce Willis movies that could be Die Hard sequels. We've done Antonio Banderas noir or psychological films. We've done. We'll probably do plenty of other stuff like 2 cult comedies with Jack Black. Free. Kind of like what you would see on an actual like Walmart DVD pack, and it's so fun designing these covers, the promo images for the episodes, just what encompasses, what sums up kind of what we're going to talk about. And I figured, you've seen half of these, that's perfect, and I'll carry the rest of the chat. And it's unreasonable for anyone to expect everyone to watch every single movie, but you also want to at the same time just have enough to talk about. And there's been plenty where I've tossed out, I'm like, it's too ambitious, or I wouldn't know what to say if it was just me, or this I could talk about for 2 hours, but how do I want to engage it? How do I want to reiterate my notes and make it enthusiastic? And then there are others where it's like, just watch it and get back to me. We'll figure it out. Just before we go into any kind of special, what do you kind of look for in an actor or filmmaker, other than obviously being entertained? But like, what is it you seek the most from a creative perspective?
I just go with whatever's there.
All right, no, that's fine. We're going for raw answers today. There's plenty of stuff where I was just like, I was always looking for this, and then when I got to this age, I'm looking for that, and then I found out half my mistake growing up post, I want to say preteens, is if I went by the hype but didn't know the essence of why something was popular in like pop culture, I was setting myself up for failure. Without fail, I was going to watch it and be like, it wasn't that great. And I don't want to be that asshole. I don't want to be the guy who's like, ooh, it doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't mean something to me. It's like, I was always just like, okay, there used to be some fun YouTube shows I used to watch before they got snarky in the early days that would say, this is a $2 rental versus wait for cable versus dollar theater. And now it would be really hard to sum those up in that context because unfortunately, like 2/3 of those aren't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
In fact, all of those are not a thing anymore. Netflix has stopped doing physical DVD rentals. So yeah, no, Rebecca De Mornay, she was always one of those. She was on my roster. I knew she was a serious actress and everything. Backdraft, Three Musketeers, Wedding Crashers. I'm like, okay, cool. She, her claim to fame was Risky Business. She was married to screenwriter and writer Bruce Wagner briefly, and her parent was the televangelist asshole Wally George, who she wanted nothing to do with.
Oh, nice.
He was it's so funny. He looks like Brett Favre. Meets Phantasm guy, but yeah, no, she was always one of those. I'm like, you'd see her in a movie, Runaway Train, Guilty as Sin. I was like, yeah, she's pretty serious. She's had plenty of recurring roles on plenty of other shows too, but including Jessica Jones. And uh, what I think is interesting about her is how I think, unlike, say, maybe, for lack of a better word, like maybe a Melanie Griffith or Julia Roberts type, I never know how she's going to sound. And what I mean by that is, like, her, you always expect an actor to kind of change up their persona a bit, but like she kind of goes a step further where she'll also, the camera really does legit love her. Like, she is really good at just, when she starts out, she kind of got a lot of the charismatic bimbo roles. Then she kind of got out of that and started doing a lot of the more reserved individuals, housewives. Then she had the parent roles, but she's had plenty of other roles where she's been like a fugitive on the run, wrongly framed, or tough cop. And I think that's what's really cool about her. By Dawn's Early Light is another good one. Lords of Dogtown she was in, but whenever she's in, I know is like, okay, we're working with some pretty cool talent here. She should have won at least one award already, but that's okay. Like, everyone likes working with her. She's a cool actress. That's really all I need. I hate it when people just kind of get either typecast to death or they're talented, but like, for instance, Jamie Foxx and Sandra Bullock and Travolta, like, they've been in some duds, and I'm like, that was not worthy of your talent. And then there are other ones where I'm like, I think anyone could have made that mistake.
Yeah, it does happen.
I don't know how much of it is agent versus too many cooks, but I've never heard of any set that she was like, fuck it, I'm walking off, or I got harassed by this asshole director. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that, because I'm just getting so depressed about hearing how half my icons I have either disowned their work that they're in, or just are always
together.
Yeah, they're just being rude. You're like, next question. You're like, oh shit, I accidentally pissed them off. Sorry.
I wish I could interview Anthony Starr.
From Banshee and the Boys. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I saw a older Australian show he was on, and the actor on that was later on. It was a Sci-Fi Channel show with Linda Hamilton and Defiance. That's what it was. Yep.
Oh, I love Defiance.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna be like, oh, geeking out, and I saw a good chunk of it. So yeah, we're gonna review 4 De Mornay thrillers that have a psycho undercurrent. They have horror mystery elements to them, but we're going to keep it nice and breezy, guys. So let's listen to the trailer here, and then we'll go from there.
From Hollywood Pictures.
I was calling about the nanny position.
Her plan to make this family her own.
She seems terrific. What's the catch?
Can I fish something?
One by one, she will charm them all.
Peyton's been great. I don't know what we would have done without her.
All of them, but Claire.
You don't know what she's capable of.
That's enough! Where is she?
I'm the mother in this house.
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Rated R. Sneak preview tonight.
So the 1992 movie that started it off all, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Like, this...
Love that shirt.
Yeah, I love that. I love that shirt. I love the baby.
Woman walked by and said, pour the bottle in a bucket, bottle tequila. The woman that walked by, she had on a shirt that said, pour the bottle in a bucket, and it was a giant bottle of wine.
Jesus.
Yep. So anyway.
Yep. So Mrs. Maud is really Peyton Flanders, and this won De Mornay the MTV Movie Award for Best Villain. I'd always heard about this one. Nowadays, I kid you not, like, despite being by Curtis Henson, who would later do other A-list stuff, rest in peace, he'd already been kind of doing some other kind of easygoing, like, psycho thrillers, like Bad Influence and The Bedroom Window. He was kind of like De Palma, where he was doing tributes to Alfred Hitchcock type thrillers, and this and The River Wild kind of got him on the A-list, and then he started doing other movies like 8 Mile and LA Confidential. And we have, unfortunately, he has passed away in 2016 at age 71 of natural causes. But like, I like his aura of suspense so much. Like I have gone back to try and see some of his early B movie kind of work, and I think the reason this works pretty well, the script is by Amanda Silver, who would later work with her screenwriting husband Rick Jaffa on the Jurassic World and new Planet of the Apes movies. You might also know them from co-writing Avatar 2, as well as uh, The Relic. And
Oh, I like the relic. That's a good.
that is a good one. Eye for an Eye, the one Sally Field, Kiefer Sutherland, Psycho Filler. So they, it's interesting how, but like this is the main one, and uh, it made a lot of money. It had some good reviews, but unfortunately, I see so many people making fun of it now. uh, that basically, without this, you don't get the typical Lifetime movie, basically. But I think that's just it. Kind of like Alien or Star Wars, people are angry at what has been ripped off of it versus haven't actually seen the original thing that inspired all the copycats.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I saw it and I liked it just fine because it's uh and don't get me wrong, much like Silence of the Lambs and Basic Instinct, I'll see as many haters as I do people who like it legit. And for me, I was taken aback by it because I think it's just much like it's been compared to Cape Fear, and I think that's the why it
Yeah.
works a lot for me is that you actually see why the villain has had a meltdown and has lost it, and she got molested, and she's decided, hey, actually no, the housewife gets molested. She decides, hey, um, you know, she gets territorial and
Yeah.
um and it's a part revenge movie, part uh, just it's kind of a turf war, if you will, you know. And Annabelle Scora, you know, later went on to do Law and Order, Criminal Intent, and The Sopranos, but I've always found her to be a pretty cool, strong leading lady.
Yeah, definitely.
In fact, she's in Internal Affairs, if you remember, as well as
Oh, yeah, that's right.
other thrillers like The Funeral, Copland, and Whispers
Yeah.
in the Dark. And yeah, whenever I think that's just what's really cool about this. And Matt McCoy, he's the husband who gets taken advantage of, and um, yeah, I mean, I like how, you know, he's not a strong man. He's just an everyday living guy, and here we go, you know, the killer nanny's trying to seduce him. But I feel like even though the trailers over dramatize it, I feel like when you watch the actual movie, they do actually try to do a good build up. You know, she's doing nice things, and if anything, I think it's a good prediction of what you see with today's Hollywood scandals, where it's almost always a nanny scandal
Yeah.
that causes some famous person to cheat just without fail.
Yeah. I love the hand box the Cradle. He's so good at best form of child abuse on screen. I love it.
Yeah, essentially it. And Matt McCoy, he's a B movie actor who I've seen. He's also in LA Confidential, but I see him do some infomercials once in a while, and he'll always introduce himself. Hi, I'm actor Matt McCoy from Seinfeld. I'm like, well, yes, you were on that, but you've been in everything. You've been in Police Academy. You've been in B movies. Oh, he was recently the doctor on the first season of Jack Ryan. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. This is just a very agreeable movie. I like how, again, you know, just the nanny is blaming the housewife for being assaulted by her shithead husband, you know, and it's just like,
Yeah.
well, you shouldn't have to blame me for your own messed up thing. But I mean, that's often what you get in a cycle. They rewrite their own history just to justify their crappy reasoning.
That's literally my fucking mother.
Mm,
Uh,
yikes!
and she's a narcissistic sociopath.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so fucking retarded. I hate her so much with her dumb shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's laughable at this point because she just does not know how to act. And
You're not alone, dude. So I have someone who used to be one of my aunts who is now dated to a controlling prick of a professor.
Oh, lovely.
Well, no, she's not married, but she's dating him, and without fail, he gets territorial if she texts anyone. Where I'm like, you know what? If I met you in public, I'd punch you in the face because you're a hack professor. I almost took one of his language courses, and same kind of deal here. I've encountered other people who are in unhappy relationships, but because one of them I do think could do better. He's just like, I think because he doesn't want to deal with any more shit, he's just puts up with it. And I'm like, no, you need a divorce. Stop letting her fuck up your credit and all this. And those kids are not going to get any younger. If you guys got to live apart, it doesn't really fucking matter. But, without fail, there's plenty of that stuff. Also, I like how, Ernie Hudson, dynamite actor. He'd already done Winston and support recurring stuff on shows like St. Elsewhere. But man, after you've done Ghostbusters 2 and you've done some other comedies showing how you have so much range, this is 5 years before Oz. Well, what a dynamite! 2 years before The Crow, but this would always go in my top 10 roles for him because what a realistic portrayal of the mute worker,
Yeah, definitely.
It's just again, you don't have any lines, but we know exactly what you're saying, and not every actor can do that. And I like how he's the unsuspecting hero. Like he comes back, he risks everything after the nanny, decides to threaten him and accuse him of trying to rape, be a molester. It's just like, man, what a messed up thing to do to anyone with a disability, no less, and you exploit them for your gain. And again, like aside from the character's shitty reasonings, I like how, again, like they do a good job of just saying this is why she believes this instead of letting too much just static kind of happen to where you're like, okay, I'm not buying this. Like there's not too many moments where I'm like, okay, the suspense is either killing me or there's too much silence. There's not much plot. Like the plot is coming apart. I didn't get any of that,
Yeah.
And Julianne Moore was so good as the innocent friend who unfortunately, sees too much and she was pretty critically acclaimed for a supporting role at that time. I'm like, interesting,
Mm-hmm.
She hadn't done The Fugitive yet. And even though she was a victim, she was still a strong person as opposed to, playing someone who was dumb or, because every once in a while you'd see her in a role where I'm like, oh my God, she's playing a adulterer or a smoker who's smack talking.
Yeah.
I'll verify this. So you'll love this. The Washington Post, out of the few bad reviews for this, claimed that this is an anti-feminist movie. I mean, if you want to go, this is overrated or it hasn't dated too well, or again, because so many movies have ripped it off, it's not all that great. Anti-feminist?
I mean, I can't really see that.
Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of irresponsible movies that haven't dated well. Like we talked about it when we talked about the TV show The Shield, how it didn't have a good representation of what was it called?
People.
Well, no, it was a particular condition.
Autism.
Autism, yeah, is like that, And unfortunately, that was kind of the only thing that really dated the show was they were reacting to what everyone was doing in like post 2001 instead of I want to actually deal with it. Now, if the filmmakers were trying to go for that, they still needed to flesh that out a little more instead of introduce it. Otherwise, it'd be like if you had a sitcom and someone says, I just got mugged or I have a gambling problem, and then you don't even address it the rest of the episode. It's like, whoa, hold up. What the fuck? And I don't know. I think everyone is so fleshed out and the actors are speaking the same language as the filmmakers, so I don't get the anti-feminist. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of movies that, you know, mostly in exploitation movies where the rapist is kind of implied as being gay just because it's Reagan era garbage.
Oh yeah. Sea of Love did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun suspense movie.
Fun. That shit was funny though. Michael Rooker on analogy.
Oh yeah. He's having fun, but it is one of those. It is such an 80s movie. But yeah, I think that was also the first one I saw him being bald and over the top too. Yeah, that's a good.
Yep.
Hoo-ha. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of movies that have weak female characters, and you're like, God, do they have any other purpose other than yelling or for help or being just a target by the serial killer? Well, I think also the people who don't like it, I'm not surprised they don't like it, as they're just nitpickers. Like Gene Siskel hated this movie, and I'm like, of course he did. That dude had trouble accepting all kinds of movies. This rated an A- back in the day for Cinema Score.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So,
yeah, I know why I got that A- for how they portray child abuse perfectly. I love that scene. That is my favorite. Shoves him up against the wall. It's like, I'll fucking kill you. I'm like, that's my mom. That's a good parent.
Jeez. I'm surprised you weren't traumatized watching this movie.
No, not really. Like, you ain't gonna. This was the 90s.
It's a documentary.
So yeah, it's the 90s. So it has that. It's got your basic 90s elements, still pushing the envelope. It's early 90s. So they still have the slow motion shit going on. They slow somebody down the stairs or whatever. And all those scenes are they're just perfectly hilarious. It's like, no, and you just knock them down the stairs and shit. It's all dramatic and whatnot.
Fun fact. The kid, Madeline Zima, later went on.
I know that name.
Yeah, she later went on to be Grace on The Nanny.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea that was the same kid, but
I didn't know.
Yeah. I also like how, again, like the housewife takes back her damn house,
Yeah.
And it's not the husband having to be Mr. Strong after getting beat up with like a fire extinguisher or anything.
It's stop, drop, and roll. Not stop, beat him with the fire extinguisher and run. And you have to give it props because that was before DMX came out with Rough Riders.
Rough Riders. Oh, now someone needs to do a music video with this song.
Oh, God, shit. Yeah, somebody actually did a music video with him recently, and it was AI, and it was like, that's not X.
Yeah.
Man, it was nice seeing it, but it didn't have the same feel or energy. I was like, nah, that's good effort, but no.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, man. So, lo and behold, we're pretty detailed here tonight, guys. We got the next movie.
She's sexy.
God, caramel sundae.
She's psychotic.
Nobody survives
lives in this house without my permission.
And her husband.
If there was ever a way to never be a way, I would have found it by now.
Is married to someone else.
They're sending me out in the field a day early this week.
I wish they would stop sending you on these field trips.
Get ready.
Are you messing around?
No.
For some very bad behavior.
We've got ourselves a win-win situation here.
Rebecca De Mornay.
You're gonna leave me?
Michael Rooker.
Oh. You're lying!
Wicked Ways.
Death do us part. What part of that don't you understand?
Amen!
From Apex Entertainment.
Lo and behold, a very, very obscure movie. It went either straight to HBO or video or both at the same time. Way better than it has any right to be. It's known in other countries as Wicked Ways, but we got in the States as A Table for One. Now, your boy. Well, and I didn't expect anyone to. It's so obscure. Like, just finding a DVD copy is just like, wow, you had to be there, didn't you? But you're in luck. Your boy, Michael Rooker, is in this. Even though there's an erotic undertone, it's for the most part just a noir crime thriller. So in this, Rooker is basically, a Wall Street type businessman. He's an adulterer in his spare time, and he basically comes home to his wife, and they play mind games with each other. 1 minute they're like, "Oh, I love you, baby," and then they're like, "Oh, get away from me," and De Mornay is basically the housewife, but she decides to get a bunch of other people to play games with, and they do a good job. It almost has, dare I say, kind of, what's the one guy? He reminds me a lot of author Tennessee Williams, because she decides to make literally her house look like a giant dollhouse,
Oh God.
like a toy and everything. And she's actually playing with toys and imagining stuff, even though she's an adult woman. And I think what's cool here is,
well, it is ahead of its time, to be honest.
It's pretty ahead of its time, but it's also, I like how it's not just a repeat. Like here, she is the main, I wouldn't say the hero, but she's trying to get out of this relationship and she's going too far because she's mentally unstable. But the movie is so, Mark Rolston, who if I show you a photo, you'll be like, oh, that guy from Aliens and Shawshank Redemption. He's a go-to if you want a soldier, a traitor, or some other bad apple. In fact, he's on the shield as the private eye who Vic hires to keep an eye on his family. That's like the only good guy role I've seen him in. But I like how the movie has at least 5 different plot twists, and it's pretty hard to predict because they keep so much info out without it feeling hackneyed. It's a solid. It's got to be half mid-budget, but it does it without looking cheap or poorly developed. Like, it is definitely one of those you would have gotten probably at a used Blockbuster or videotaped off of UPN or CW back in the day and been like, not bad. It's way better than it has any right to be, and it's just a shame that it's so obscure. But yeah, A Table for One. There's just everything. There's sensuous intrigue. There's gambling, and I like right sans A Table for One kind of. But I like how Rooker is so controlling. Like only he can play games with his wife, yet he doesn't spend any time with her. So I like how there's that contrarian villain, if you will. There's only like maybe one over the top scene during one of the deaths that she causes, but other than that, the filmmaker, I can't find much on him, but I look at it, I'm like, he's got an eye for visuals, and again, like I love finding these obscure movies that it's a shame they just didn't go much anywhere, and you're like, someone should see this. This should be up on Tubi or Prime, And the director's gone on to produce a lot of stand-up stuff for the likes of Russell Peters and Maj Jabrani, but and produced some documentaries, but this is way better than it has any right to be.
Yeah. Jesus. Sorry, I'm looking at Facebook and my cousin posted a picture. We just had a heavy rainstorm here and it was blowing and shit, so somehow someone's trampoline ended up hanging from the power lines in McSherry's. Some like American Gladiators 2024.
Jeez. Fight to the death. Fight.
Word.
Fight. Oh.
Yep. Anyway.
Now I want to see Rebecca De Mornay on American Gladiators. No, don't do that.
Yeah, beating kids up.
Yep, that'd be funny.
Are we really condoning this? Yes.
I think enough people know who we are by now to know, hey, stop being so fucking serious.
Word.
So Identity, man. Identity.
What happened at the motel?
It was an accident. We had an accident.
On April 25th.
The roads were all flooded and I could use the room.
I'm not staying here. Are you out of your mind?
10 strangers.
We're stuck here. I don't think we can get out tonight.
Are about to discover.
Maybe there's some connection between all of us.
They're not strangers.
My birthday next week.
Me too.
Me too.
At all.
Yeah. This doesn't make any sense.
We need to leave. I saw. We all saw what happened.
Identity. Rated R. In theaters everywhere. April 25th.
2002 Identity?
2003. Yep.
I love that movie. That is my ultimate jam.
I would often forget she was in this, but I
don't remember her in that.
Yeah, she was one of the other female leads. She was the 80s TV actress being chauffeured by John Cusack, and she's like, leave me alone and everything. She's kind of unlikable.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But then she gets mauled to death in her particular hotel.
And that movie has the best plot twists ever. I love that show.
The twist was really paid off. Now, unfortunately, I did encounter some teachers who had seen that, and they fucking hated it. I'm like, are you for real? Well, because it wasn't like M. Night where, hey, by the way, everything I told you was all bullshit, and it wasn't divisive. There wasn't
and it was an all-star cast, too. That's the best.
Every actor was perfect in it. I liked how Ray Liotta was the corrections officer, and Jake Busey is the murderer being transported, and that, I don't want to give away the final plot twist, but I'll just say,
for real. You need to watch it.
You're right. I'm not going to be that guy. Like, it's because it's earned. It's not like some other movie which has been quoted a bunch in society. And I think that's just it. Like, it is the kind of movie you do want to go back and put all the pieces together. But I'll never forget just seeing the trailer, all these famous actors screaming, holding guns on each other. It was Hitchcock influenced, and Roger Ebert was giving a big ass thumbs up saying, what a great, well thought out mystery. There's horror elements, but it's not in a way where you're just like, this is the billionth Scream knockoff. And
it's more like Murder on the Orient Express.
There you go.
Yes, that. Exactly like that.
And director James Mangold, I will always like him. He recently just did the last Indiana Jones, but you know him from 3:10 to Yuma, Copland, Girl Interrupted, Walk the Line, and the Logan films and Ford versus Ferrari. But I've always just liked him in general. Like, I've seen some of his indies before he was well known, and the stuff he's produced, he often will come to set and just give pointers for the people who are asking for it. He doesn't come off as that kind of guy who, look at me. He's just more, I want to make a damn good movie, and I'm sure he'll be a little unfiltered and everything, and he is kind of Walter Hill-esque in that he approaches everything as a Western, but I think that's why he's diverse. He is worried about everything, whether creating tension versus getting some kick-ass actors. And I mean, it was a great year for Cusack. He'd already done Runaway Jury, and
Oh, I forgot about that movie.
it's a good one. But that was just a good year for him, where he and his sister Joan were in so many just wacky ensemble comedy and mystery movies, and it's like, see, that's cool because
Actually, that was not just them two, but also Alexis Arquette too.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was a big year for the Arquettes.
yeah. Aren't they related?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I thought so. I couldn't remember
Alexis
that.
related to Rosanna and David. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, this was a good deal for Amanda Peet. I liked how they imply that she's a
Yes.
Vegas
Oh God.
sex worker, but they don't, shame her or anything. She just wants to be left alone. Everybody's portrayed in a human way, and
Yeah.
so again, it starts off with a completely unrelated thing. That's as spoilerish as I'm going to get, and then it jumps into all this other stuff and circles around to it. That's all I'm going to say. But like, I liked seeing John C. McGinley in this.
Yeah. It's basically what M. Night should have been.
100%. Yep. If only, man. If only.
I know, but that motherfucker puts himself in his own film, slows the pace down to a fucking crawl, and then the worst one's Lady in the Water. I liked it, but he should have just shut the fuck up and let the film go.
Right?
But this motherfucker got like a great cast, but that motherfucker, oh my God.
Well,
like,
and then
shut up. Stop talking.
It's just like, I think he got cocky or something. I don't know.
I need to talk more than 2 lines. Like, no, shut up. I need to have an entire conversation with these characters. No.
Right? Oh, man.
It was cool when he did it in Signs, and it was okay in his smaller roles, but he got too ambitious, and it's like, no, dude, stop.
Don't go too big if you can't support, and you're just going to let the pendulum swing. Yeah.
Yeah, like perfect example of Stephen King. He's the easiest one to go back to, because if you don't know who he is, you won't recognize him. If you know who he is, you look forward to his cameos. You never know what he's going to be. They're always obscure characters, and he fits right in because this was all his earlier work. So he's like, yeah, I'll cast myself. Fuck it, I can. This is easy stuff. And you go through it and watch it. And you're like, who's Stephen King? And then you look him up, like, oh, him? He wrote this and directed this? What? No, impossible.
Yeah.
And then you read the book, and then you're like, oh, some stuff has changed or left out. And it's like, all right, that's not so bad. But if you really enjoy his work, you'll really get enamored by what he's got versus M. Night, who kind of rips off of him.
Stephen King is one of those, even if you don't like his writing, he has good ideas. He's one of those I go back and forth on the fence of, but at least he can talk his way out of something eventually if it just gets too convoluted. He's also a really good writer on, like he would do stuff for like Entertainment Weekly and other publications. So I think this is it. Like,
and he charges, I think it is $1 or so to look over your manuscript and tell you what's wrong with it.
So there you go.
Yeah. So he's not a bad guy. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't done stand-up yet.
He might as well.
No, it'd be perfect.
Oh, man. So
anyway, third film.
Well, I think it was cool looking up some trivia. Angelo Badalecki, who's done stuff for like Twin Peaks and David Lynch stuff, was originally going to compose the score. Instead, they went with Alan Silvestri, which is still pretty good. That's Back to the Future, Predator, Avengers. He know Abyss, Polar Express, The Bodyguard. He knows how to just make use of those trumpets. Uh, Basically, I loved reading up on this, looking at how they were able to get a good sound stage and make a big complex set filled with the various, rain emulation, surrounding desert. But yeah, 90% of it was shot on stage 27 at Sony Picture Studios. So I'm like, that is awesome. Because, you always wonder, how do you capture rain and everything? It's like, okay, well, whatever they got, they're able to make it look like they're outside. So their hair's still moving. So if you didn't know better, you'd swear they're actually outside.
Oh, that reminds. That's why I got so pissed off. Fucking Footloose remake. No, that's a whole separate conversation. But them dancing outside in the summertime and no one's sweating.
And everybody looks okay, and you're
I'm
like,
how the fuck? And they're like, oh, it's summertime, let's dance.
Yeah,
it's fucking hot.
I got introduced you to my sister. She's all about that, where she's like, yeah, I can tell they're indoors simulating this.
It's hot outside. It's great to dance in the heat. Like,
bitch,
what? Like, it's hot. You're supposed to sweat. I mean, if I go outside now, I'm going to be baking off my ass because it's probably humid from the rain.
No,
and I'm still drying off from the fucking rain earlier because I had to walk down here. But yeah, like, I hate that shit. I'm like, dude, like, no.
Dude, I don't know.
Even Michael Beck from the Warriors pointed out.
We're going that far.
Yeah, we're on that motherfucker.
I love that guy.
Even he pointed out that the ending to the Warriors was kind of because he's like, you walk into a fight and I come out with a busted lip. Like, nah, it could use a remake. I'm like, yeah. Oh, it's so funny. I still want that fucking vest. Oh.
Get it.
I gotta find it. It's too expensive. I actually was looking around for stuff to get because I haven't treated myself yet for my birthday. But I looked, it's self-worth issues and shit. I looked online for, and I won't apologize, it ain't your fault, you didn't cause it. I looked online for The Mummy, The Book of the Dead. And yeah, because I was like, I wonder how much that is. And it's went auctioned off for 15 to 30,000 pounds. I'm like, I can't afford that. Pretty cool though.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So I looked up the screenwriter.
Yeah.
He started off being kind of the B-movie guy, and he's actually better known for being a playwright. His name is Michael Cooney. Cooney, not Clooney. So that'd be funny because then I'd be like, "Can you come on to South Park and be the voice of my dog, just like George?" Yeah. So he'd done some other ambitious stuff. The most interesting was a vigilante thriller with Kelly LeBrock and Murder in Mind, which is a all-star cast that's a racially biased jury. So, but like, this is kind of the one that got him on the map. Then he did a few other movies like The Eye Inside with Ryan Phillippe, and he's done some other obscure stuff.
Ryan Phillippe, Jesus Christ.
Right.
Wow, there's a throwback. People used to confuse him with Hayden Christensen.
What?
They look at them side by side.
I know, but
wild.
He has way more talent than that fucker. Wow. Well, so other than where we kind of gone here, I think this was the right studio. It was by Sony. It was the cinematography wasn't much a star. It was good to see Clea Duvall in another strong role. You've seen her in everything. The Grudge, Zodiac, Girl Interrupted, Faculty, Ghost of Mars. But so she's kind of a screen queen for a bit there before being on American Horror Story and Better Call Saul. She's gotten into directing recently.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she's done like a lot of dramedies, so good on her. But
Yeah.
I like how every character doesn't feel like a plot device. Like the actors are really in their roles, and there's enough silence to where it's a good throwback to just any good mystery movie from any era where you want to know more about the scenario instead of it's only interesting because of how the actor said it versus anybody can make this. And I think it helped that not everyone in high school saw it, unless maybe their parents brought it from Blockbuster and they liked, mystery horror movies. And
True.
so, yeah, no one spoiled it for me. It was on FX, the perfect channel for that, and it came on, and I was always, it was in the right place for me because I'd already seen the other popular movies like Seven and the Bone Collector, and just it was that right kind of time where I'm like, okay, this is not only just a smart thriller, but every person is just has the whole think twice. Like there's shades of the original Psycho, but only in that, hey, it's at a hotel with bizarre people. I saw that he was influenced by other claustrophobic movies like The Thing, The Others, Knife in the Water, and the original Alien. And I'm like, see, that's awesome. So he's just going to the premise, but he's not trying. I'm sure there's a shot that's a homage to something he loves, but it's not. It feels like it's more than that instead of like just other stuff which we've seen where we're like, oh Lord, I know where this is going. I've seen it too many times.
Or holy shit, the power got knocked out.
Oh, dear. No.
Yeah, I'm out. I just came outside and the entire parking lot is black.
Well, at least you're not at the same hotel that they're at.
That's true.
Oh my God. They're listening in on what we're talking about, the powers that be. So our final movie, guys, is Mother's Day, 2010 psychological horror film.
Birthday cake in 10 minutes, guys. You left the door unlocked?
Maybe. What the hell? What the hell are you guys doing in my house?
Everybody. State authorities have just released the identities of suspects.
That's a terrible sketch.
Wanted for rape and murder. The bank robberies.
Johnny's been hurt.
Oh my God!
We're at the house. Just get Mother and get here fast.
What are we gonna do about this?
Simone, I gotta fix this. Control yourself. Mama's coming. She's not gonna be happy. Hello, Mother.
Please, get up. Make yourselves comfortable. I'm so sorry. I don't want you lying there on the floor. Go sit down on the sofas. Now, you fail to cooperate with anything, there will be consequences. You see, rules are what make order out of chaos. We must follow the rules. She always is impulsive. They are hiding our money in this house, and I am going to find it.
We never received any money.
Please, I believe you. You, I'm not so sure about.
Where's the money? They're monsters.
Remember the rules, dear.
We're just gonna sit here and let them take us one by one, huh?
Mother is gonna be very unhappy.
You taught them to be killers! I taught them to survive. I swear, sometimes you boys are just little savages.
Loose remake of the 1980 film of the same name. Believe it or not, it was one of the first screenplays that former SVU head writer and In Treatment showrunner Warren Leach wrote. And it has a lot of those same elements where I feel it could be an episode of either of those shows. This was way better than that any right to be. It was a good cast. It had, Crossbones from Captain America, Frank Grillo in a brief role, Jamie King, Patrick Flugler, and Deborah Ann Wall and AJ Cook and
So basically, everybody that was on TV for a while.
yeah, even Sean Asmore was one of the boyfriends.
Oh God, Sean!
Freaking
He has a
Iceman.
twin brother. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I would get him and Aaron mixed up all the time, and I was as good at saying. It helped that I was like, no, Aaron's the one on Smallville. Sean's the one from X-Men and the Following and the Boys. Get it together, Cam. AJ, Alexa Vega, from Spy Kids was one of the party girls, and I think this one, I was not looking forward to this because I had seen some people who I thought would like it really hate it, and vice versa. I'd seen people who generally like this, but I wasn't always sure to take their word for it. Despite it being by one of the Saw directors, it just had a good crew. It had good camera work. I can see there's some torture porn elements, but I don't feel like that's what it is overall. When at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, and I liked how again, it was just brilliant putting Rebecca De Mornay in this because, in a way, she's taking people hostage, and it was a good throwback. In a way, it was kind of her Expendables. It was a throwback to her earlier and that rocks the cradle work. And because again, like they imply throughout the movie, she wants these kids, even though she's not the biological mother. And the scenarios were fun enough. The deaths were over the top, but there was some better thought out plot twists instead of who's going to die next. And it's not going to be for everybody. I acknowledge that. There's some other good actors in it, Warren Cole, Brianna Evigan, and if you look them up, you'll be like, I know I probably have seen him in some TV show being a psycho or sexy friend. Yeah, but
oh damn it! Now they're coming back on. God damn it! I was enjoying the darkness. Oh well.
Enjoy the darkness.
That's a good game, actually.
Also, I should look up that.
Yeah, it's a good game and comic series.
I can't find it.
The Darkness. It's under.
I see. He likes the darkness.
Yeah. What the fuck?
That Halloween side scroller.
No, fuck that. No. Yeah, I can't think of the damn. Oh, Top Cow Productions.
Yeah. I see it now.
Yeah.
Oreo's being chased by some crazy people.
No, just employees going home.
There's even the Darkness superhero comic book series co-created by Garth Ennis that first appeared in Witchblade. So there you go, Top Cow. There you go.
Yep.
I saw that he had a versus thing. I gotta get caught up on all those comics.
So do I.
Well, so I think we have summed up perfectly for this actor showcase.
Yeah.
What would you like to see Miss De Mornay do next? Even though she's kind of proven herself, and all these movies were surprisingly pretty agreeable.
Wouldn't mind seeing her doing a surgeon role. That'd be interesting.
You're on. Yeah, I don't think that's because she's done everything. She's done some legal or cop or sultry roles, but yeah, it'd be cool to see her be kind of even a politician.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah, because Kate Winslet's done that too. She's done politician.
Yes,
she's done cop. She's done mechanic.
Is amazing.
And voice acting too, I think.
No, you're right. I think she did do some Pixar DreamWorks stuff.
Oh, I found out something neat tonight. You remember Coming to America too?
Yes.
You remember? I'm trying to think.
So much political satire in it. I don't know.
You remember James Earl Jones and his wife in that?
Yes.
They are the same voices for Mufasa and Sarat. Yes, Sarat. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. His wife is
Yeah. Sarat. Yeah. I can't remember her fucking name. But yeah, I found that out tonight. I was like, damn, that's cool as shit.
Nice. This was fun, dude. And with the filmmakers showcases, I knew it was going to take some time because you want to give everyone either have it be movies that are as familiar with us as the back of our head, that just very, just easy to access. Same thing with the franchises. I always try to do one that I'm like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to give ourselves enough time to watch this, have our notes ready.
Yeah, definitely.
But always a delight having you on here, man. We have produced so much fun content this year, and
definitely.
I feel we're all growing a bit. We should when I do a podcast, I want to do more than just entertain. I also want to have something new to offer instead of, well, we only do this, we only talk.
Yeah, I hate that. So that's why I don't.
The roundtables have been a good coming out of our skin. We've been and because for a while I was poo-pooing them, and it wasn't because I didn't think they'd be good. It was just because the person was very disorganized, and I didn't want to get behind on editing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And fortunately, finally found a lot of people who were very good at just tip of the draw, and it's like, okay, cool, you're giving me enough time. I've been better at just doing solo stuff. There's always a soundtrack playing, and I cut out stuff that even I find boring. I'm like, just don't say it in the first place.
True. Yeah, some people just don't get it, and then other times it just clicks.
It is definitely, and when it does click, you feel it. You remember it. It's like, oof, that's why it doesn't work.
Yeah, for real. Because so many people don't get that, you're there to do it for fun. It's not meant to be taken serious. You do a roundtable discussion on anything, it's going to get heated, but, still remember that, at the end of the day, we're still fucking people. Just don't be a dickhead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I used to have some people who were arguing too much, and I had to man up. I had to say, okay, dude, I not only don't want to be moderator anymore, but this is becoming work now. So it's really pissing me off. I'm not here to shut you down, but I'm like, Jesus, just plant your flag. Come to a conclusion.
Yeah, for real.
There's still some who get that way, and I'm just like, okay, guys, this is dead space right now. So you came prepared this far. I think you can wing it.
Yeah, for real. It's like, it's not hard. Like, if you lose track of what you're talking about, just stop, take a break, backtrack.
Maybe it's not that great to begin with. I don't know.
We'll return after these messages.
If you like small town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and booty debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up